Hello guys, welcome to Online Web Tutor. I am Sanjay. We are learning Level 8 Framework tutorial. This is our part number 102. Inside this video, we will see the concept, that is how to generate a unique slug for items. What is the meaning of this topic? To understand about the topic, if you go to the next tab, let's say that we have few sample items. Here we have the item 1 whose name equals to sample product. Here we have the item 2 whose name equals to sample to product. Here we have item 3 whose name is equals to the first item called sample product. So if we write the slug of all these items, the slug is something called sample-product. How can we generate a slug? Slug is nothing. This is the name. What we can see here, the only difference is that this white space has been removed from hyphen symbol and all the letters is now lowercase. So this is the slug concept. So if we see for the item 1, the slug is something sample-product. For this item 2, sample2, this is the name. Remove this white space from hyphen, so sample2 hyphen product. If we see the slug for this item 3, again we have sample-product. And one more concept behind slug concept is that slug is always unique through our database table. If suppose we have a products table, inside products table, if we have 100 items, so all those slug of all those 100 items should be unique. Why slug is unique? Because by the help of slug we can redirect on the product URL. So here we have a confusion that if suppose we have the item whose name is equals to another item, so how can we generate the unique slug? So that's why this is the video is very useful, that is how to generate a unique slug for items. So if we back to blogging article, inside this blogging website we have an article over this topic. Go inside this articles, click on Level 8, click on this search icon and type unique slug. If I press enter, scroll down, and here we can see that we have an article over that is how to generate unique slug in Laravel 8. If we click on this article link, this article is totally from scratch, like from installation up to application testing. This will give you the complete concept, that is how can we generate a unique slug for means number of products with the same name. So already for this video we have a setup installed. If you go to this .env file, we have the database configured with the name called pagination_app. If I back to database, and here inside this database we have few tables, as we can see here. But don't worry about these tables, we will see this video from scratch. So back to blog article. Simply at the first stage of this article we need to install a setup, what we have already. Next we need to actually connect with the database. Here we have the command to create database, and go inside .env file and connect with these environment variables. Already we had done that. Now next we need to create a model and a migration file. So we have two different commands to create a model and migration command, means migration file. First of all, if we want to create a model, we have the artisan command called PHP artisan make model, and then we need to pass the model class name. If we want to create the migration file, we have the artisan command called PHP artisan make migration, and then we need to pass migration class file name. But if we want to create model and the migration by using a single command, so here we have the command called PHP artisan make model. This is the model name, and we need to pass -m as a flag. -m indicates that we need to create this product model as well as the migration file for this product. So if I back to terminal, close this development server first. Currently we can see that we are inside this pagination app. Let's create PHP artisan, let's say make model. We need to create a product model along with a migration file. So -m indicates that we need to create a migration file as well. So press enter. As we can see that model created successfully. Now it is creating a migration file. So if I back to editor, go and reload this directory structure. So to find about the model, go inside app, models, and here we have product.php. To find the migration file, go inside database, migrations, and inside this migration folder, as we can see, here we have the migration file. So what are the columns we want? All these things we have mentioned inside this article. So we get, after running this command, we have a model file and we have a migration file. So first of all, we need to open a migration file. Inside migration file, we need to add these code, like we need to create a table called products. Inside products table, we want the column as IT, name, slug, and description. The description column is going to contain the null value as well. So simply I will copy this complete code from here, back to editor, get rid of this existing code and pasting this updated code. As we can see here that inside this up method, here we have the schema for this products model, and inside this products model, not model, it's a table. So inside this products table, we don't have any timestamp values. So also we need to actually tell our model that we are not using any timestamp values for this products table. So go here inside this app, models, product.php. Before, go back to this article, scroll down. Now next, inside this model file, as we can see that we have all the code written. Simply go, click on this icon to copy all the complete code of this product.php model, back to editor, get rid of this existing code and paste this updated code. We will understand all the code of this file in a moment. So for now, just copy all the code from here and paste inside this model file. Now next, what we have to do, we need to migrate our migration file. So after running the command called php migrate, this command is going to run all the pending migrations from application and create tables inside database. So back terminal, let's run that php let's say migrate, press enter, and here we have some error, that is comments already exist. This is the error, means this is our existing errors of setup. So what I will do, first of all, let's truncate this database. It means if I copy this database name called pagination app, dropping it, this is our existing error. Again I'm creating this pagination app database. After creating this blank database, back to our terminal, clear this console and again type this command called php migrate, press enter. And as we can see that users table created, password resets, jobs table and products table. If I back to database, click here, go to products table, and inside this products table, now as we can see that we have IT column, name, slug and description. This description column is going to contain the null value as well. If I back to editor, now go inside this product.php, which is the model file. So inside this model file, we have called fillable protected property. Inside this fillable, we have called name, slug and description. Why we have specified this fillable property? Fillable property is used to actually contain all the columns, which is going to assign the mass assignment values. If we want to insert the values inside, like if we want to insert any new row inside products table, we need the values for name, slug and description. It means we are going to assign the values for these columns. By specifying those columns in this fillable property, easily we can specify or assign values to those columns. Otherwise, it will restrict that. Next, we are not using or we are not taking any timestamp values for this products table. That's why timestamps equals to false. Next, we have boot method. This boot method of this model is going to use to create model events. So here we have created a model event with the hook point called created, and inside this created, simply we are calling a created slug method. Inside this created slug, we are passing the product name. Go here inside this create slug method, simply we are checking that by the help of this product name, the slug exists or not. If slug does not exist, in that situation, simply slug returns. If I back to slide, let's that this product name we are passing inside this create slug method. First of all, it is checking that this slug exists or not. If this product does not exist, then it will return this simple slug. Otherwise, this name of product already exists. It will return this slug but with a different slug name. If I back to editor, so this is overall the concept, that is checking our product and slug. So I'm not going to touch any code inside this model file. Back to blog article, go here, scroll down. Simply we need to create a controller. So I will copy this command to create controller file. Simply we are going to create a product controller, paste, press enter, and controller already exists. It means we have product controller already inside our application, http controllers, and here we have product controller. So I will remove this existing code all from here. Back to blog article, I will copy this updated code, go here and pasting it here. Now next, we need to create a route. So first of all, we need to import product controller inside web.php. So to find web.php, go inside routes folder. Here we have web.php. I am importing this file called product controller, and inside this web.php, simply add this line. After adding this line, it means when we hit this product route, it will call product controller class, and from product controller it will call index method. If you go inside this controller, first of all let's save this web.php. Here inside this index method, simply we are loading our product model, and inside product controller we are using model and create method. So whenever we use create method, automatically it will trigger for created model event. So when this event will be fired, this method will be called, and inside this method all the logic we have for the slug generation. If the product exists, so in that situation we need to generate a different slug. Otherwise, if we don't have any product with that name, so in that situation we need to generate a different slug. If I back to product controller, so simply here inside this create method we are passing an array. Here we have the name and description. Automatically the slug, actually as we can see inside this table we have 3 view columns, and these columns we want to insert any new product inside this table, but inside this array we have specified only name and description. But behind the scene, this model event what we have specified here returns this slug value. If I back to editor, scroll up to the boot method, and inside this boot method, as we can see, while triggering this model event called created, here we are specifying the dynamic slug value after calling this method. So here we have the 2 columns specified, and the 3rd column value we are getting from this created model event. So let's use and see that how it works. So simply if I copy this route, first of all let's start this development server. So PHP artisan serve, pressing enter, go here, reload this page, and if I type simply call product, when we press enter, then this route will call the index method right here from this product controller. The name should we have called level 8 sample product, description call sample data. Automatically it will trigger this boot method and call this created model event. This created model event will call this create slug method, and this create slug method first of all on the behalf of this product name what we are passing, it checks that it exists or not. So at the first time this product does not exist, So it will go here and return the simple slug value. And this simple slug value, what is it? Simply we are using str, it means str a library, and from this str library we are using this slug method. So automatically this slug method will remove like white spaces, replace with hyphen symbol, and convert all the letters into lowercase. So let's press enter here, and here we have some error, that is fill slug does not have a default value. So firstly, to remove this error, we need to assign a null value as well, because inside this description, as we can see that it is going to accept null value as well. So we need to make this slug value as well. So what I will do, either we can change this slug default to null either manually from this PHP myadmin, or we can change via our migration file, something like adding nullable method. So if we save all these changes, first of all let's re-migrate all the tables. Go here, PHP artisan migrate, and I will type the command called refresh, and the table has now created again. Go and reload that, and as we can see that now slug has a default value as null value. Now if I press enter, at the first time, as we know that this product does not exist, press enter, and we need to start development server as well. Go and reload, and actually we have added dd, it means dump and die, so it has dumped all the data. Go and reload. So as we can see that our first product now inserted. Look at the slug value. This is our product name called Laravel 8 sample product. Simply remove white spaces and replace with hyphen symbol. Convert all the letters into lowercase. You will get some value like Laravel 8 sample product. What will happen if I press enter again? So when we press enter again, the same product is going to insert into our database. But at this situation, inside this boot method, this event will fire, this method will be called, and inside this method, this time by the help of this product name, we will have some value inside our table. So after getting value, now this time this odd call will run, and it creates a different like pattern to generate a slug value. Now if you go and press enter, product inserted, go and reload. Now inside this, as we can see that this is our first product, this is our second product with the same name, but look at this slug value, we are getting -2. If I press enter again, enter again, enter again, it means we are inserting the same product multiple times. Click on browse. Now inside this table, all the product have different slug values. So this is the concept, guys. How can we generate a unique slug throughout application database of same items? And this is the article which is covering this whole topic, and the main concept is all about this model event what we have called inside this boot method, and all about the logic what we have written inside this create slug method, because by the help of this create slug method actually we are implementing the logical concept behind slug generation. So for this video session, guys, thank you for watching and have a great day.